If you are an Indian citizen and if you have plans to visit Philippines for the first time, and if you are thinking that it is going to be really easy, trust me, it's not. Hello guys, here is a new video from SHANTObear. I believe it is going to be really informative for you all. If you are an Indian citizen and if you have plans to visit Philippines for the first time, and if you are thinking that it is going to be really easy, trust me, it's not. I can assure you that it is not going to be as easy as you might think it is. There certainly is a lot of complications. So in this video I will be trying to cover all the requirements and procedures which is going to be needed when you're going to visit Philippines for the first time. And very interestingly, there are a certain circumstances which allows Indians to stay in Philippines, or they allows entry in Philippines without any kind of visa, which we are going to exploit. And that is the exact method that I am going to explain about, because it is the most practical way of visiting Philippines. So first of all, let's see how the normal procedure works, how it works, how we can apply for a tourist visa to Philippines from India. Let's try to cover that first. So the normal tourist visa that allows us Indians to visit Philippines, it has the duration of 14 days, and in some situations it can be extended up to 7 more days. And also there are a few visa categories that allows Indians to stay up to 3 months, sometimes 3 months to 6 months. But in those cases you're going to need a lot of paperwork, like you have to prove with the accommodation details and the invitee or sponsor details, and it involves a lot of paperwork, and that is not the topic that I'm trying to cover this time. I'm going to discuss about the easiest method to visit Philippines for the first time. So we are going to look for an alternative way. In case if you don't want to take this easy way, which I am going to be discussing about further on, I'll be leaving the necessary links in the description, which is going to be helpful for you to apply a Philippines visa through consulting with the Philippines Embassy in New Delhi. Philippines actually gives an exception to the NRI citizens of India. If you're an NRI citizen, you can be allowed with an visa-free entry to Philippines. So this is the loophole that we are going to exploit now. If you have previously visited the countries like US, UK, Australia, Japan, or the countries in the European Union, or Singapore, if you have the stamps of any of these countries on your passport, you will be granted a visa-free entry to Philippines. So how we are going to comply with this? So if you are a normal middle-class guy like me, visiting these countries like UK, US, or Australia is almost impossible. So among these countries, Singapore is obviously the best option for us, since it is going to be the most affordable one to visit, and getting a multiple entry visa to Singapore is quite easy, and it costs only 30 Singapore dollars, which will be equivalent to almost 1,700 Indian rupees. So it is really cheap, and the paperwork needed for it and the procedures are not going to be quite hectic either. So now we know that getting a Singapore visa is easy and really affordable for us. Now let's see what are the documents and the procedures for obtaining a Singapore visiting visa. And remember that it allows the stay up to 30 days. Since our goal is to visit Philippines, we can only stay just for 1 day for the list. To apply for a Singapore visiting visa, either you can apply online by yourself, or the easiest way I would suggest is to consult a trusted travel agent. First of all, you need to fill up the visa form, which is also called as 14A. It can be available in the official website. The link is given in the description. Check this out. Now, after filling up this form 14A, let's see what are the other necessary documents and other procedures. Once you have this 14A filled up, the Indian passport, you must have an Indian passport having a minimum validity of 6 months on the date of arrival in Singapore. Then 2 recent passport size photographs, as normal as applying for any other visas. The photo must be clicked within the last 3 months. That is one thing to note. It should be a recent photograph of yours. It should be clear and focused. The photo should be clear and focused. Must be taken against a plain white background without any shadows. Normally in India, when you're going to take a passport size photograph, if it is not for the exact need of a passport, the background is normally going to be blue, and it is always strictly necessary to have a white background for the photograph that you are going to use for the visa purposes. So these are the diameters of the photograph to notice. It should be 35 mm wide and 45 mm high without any borders. It shouldn't have any borders. Avoid wearing headgear and plain white clothing permissible if it is in accordance with the religious or racial customs, but no facial features must be hidden because of it. So in case if you are a Muslim, you're allowed to wear that hijab and other things, like if you're a Sikh, if you're from Punjab, and that thing that you wear on your head, if it is part of any religious customs, it is allowed. In case if it is not, you are not allowed to wear any other things on your head or face. Taking photograph, one other thing to notice is the applicant's hair must not cover the face or eyebrows. That's one thing I should be paying attention to. And if you are using spectacles, the frame should not cover any part of your eye. That is one other thing to remember. Then spectacle lens must not be glaring or reflecting. You know that whenever we wear specs, and if the photo is taken outdoor with a normal phone camera, there can always be a glare on the lens. So that is one thing that you should tell the photographer to avoid the glare on the lens. Then the photograph must cover the full face with the upper shoulders visible. Should be in JPEG image format. Image size should be 400 by 514 pixels. Even if I don't mention it, you really know that you're really aware that you need to have confirmed tickets. How many tickets that you're going to be needed? 4 tickets. First, India to Singapore, Singapore to Philippines, then back from Philippines to Singapore, and back from Singapore to India. You're going to need 4 confirmed tickets, and then you should have hotel reservations and some other important documents that has to be arranged, like while applying for any other visas. Apart from a valid passport with at least 6 months of validity, these are the other documents should be handy. Letter of employment, salary slip, bank statements of last 6 months, and certificate of employment that is often asked by the immigration department or the visa officials while you're applying. And then one other document is suggested to have is the leave letter from your current employer. Apart from these most important documents, here are some other recommended certificates or papers that you should have with you. A copy of the biodata, a copy of the last page of the passport, letter of introduction, employment letter or residential proof, letter of guarantee from shipping agent. So these are the other things to note. Once you have all these documents ready and know the complications, you're good to go, unless you have any criminal backgrounds and things like that. You will normally be able to get your visa within 3 to 5 days after the application. So once you have your visa, that's it. So I wish you all good luck. If you have any more doubts or if you have more queries about this, you're free to let us know in the comments section. And you don't have to worry about anything. I'll be leaving all the necessary links in the description. Do not forget to check out the description. You'll find everything that you're going to need. I sincerely wish you all good luck, guys. And if you have found this video useful, please do not forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up on this video. Also, I wish good luck to all the long distance relationship couples out there like us. I sincerely wish may all your dreams come true very soon. See you in the next video.